Hello and welcome to Friday. I've got another bonus episode for you guys today. But first, I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen. It's so great to see that so many of you are interested in supporting me. So, do you mind doing me a little favor? If you could please go to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review. I would be so grateful. That and sharing my link on social media are the best ways to increase the amount of listeners and get the message to more people that it is possible to create happiness and the results you want in this life, even if you have depression. I know it's possible because I've done it, and I want to teach you how to do it too. So today, I want to talk about value. Your value and the value of each person. So how valuable are you? How do you determine your value? Does it depend on how much you get done in a day? How productive you are? Does it depend on how much time you spend with your family? Is it about how much money you make? What about your job? Like what position you hold in your company or your title? You may be coming up with like a bunch of different answers for this, but guess what? It's not any of those things. You know the saying, I feel like $1,000,000? People say that when they get dressed up for something fancy or they achieve a big goal, right? But what they're forgetting is that they are worth more than $1,000,000. If they would remember that, they could always create that feeling like $1,000,000. They could always create that feeling for themselves because your thoughts create your feelings. So let me illuminate who you are. You were born into a world that grows its own life, has an infinite number of creatures, and unlimited possibilities. The planet you live on rotates and orbits around the sun. It is in line with other planets, and they all orbit perfectly. Your body started as a single egg and a single sperm, visible only through a microscope. You were nourished inside the body of another human being. That's nuts. To your mother, you grew slowly, right? 9 months was a long time for her. But when considering the complexity of the human body, it was just the blink of an eye, really. You grew arms and fingers, legs, toes, skin, bones, internal organs. You were given a heartbeat and the most complex machine on the entire planet, a brain. So I want you to think for a minute. Excuse me. If I knew how to edit that out, I totally would. I'm working on that. But let's think for a minute about the value of money, okay? The government prints money, so they are the makers, and they set the value. When they make a $100 bill, they determine and agree that it will always and forever be worth $100. I could crumple that bill up, step on it, spill food on it, tear it in half, and tape it back together again, and it would still be worth $100. But they are just people, and money is just paper, right? We also have a maker. Regardless of your religion, if studied and interpreted correctly, you have a maker, and I have a maker, and we were created out of love. He created you and me equally, without bias, because he loves us. Before we were even born, he determined that each of us would have infinite eternal value. And it was so, right? Your life experience, the amount of money you have, the choices you make, that doesn't change your value. He loves you, and he made you, and your value is never in question. So, most of us don't go around thinking things like, I'm better than that person because of how much money I make, But we often fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to other people and coming up short, right? That's a lot easier. Thoughts like, I'm not as righteous as that person. I'm not as creative as her. Look how good she is with her kids. Why can't I be like that? Right? Subconsciously, many of us believe that we are somehow less than other people, that these things have a bearing on our value. But I'm telling you that is simply not true. It's not. See, if you believe that you are less than another person, it means that it is possible for one person to be of more or lesser value than another person. You can't believe that there are no classes, stations, or differences in value if you also believe that you have less value than someone else. You have to decide where you stand. Either we all have the same value given to us by an eternal Father in heaven or Creator, or you are better than some people and other people are better than you. So you got to think about that. What do you really believe? President Spencer W. Kimball, former president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, said in a conference talk in October of 1978, God is your Father. He loves you. He values you beyond any measure. You are unique, one of a kind, made of the eternal intelligence which gives you claim upon eternal life. Let there be no question in your mind about your value as an individual. The whole intent of the gospel plan is to provide an opportunity for each of you to reach your fullest potential. Close quote. So I hope you are coming to the conclusion that we all have the same value, right? You are valuable. You are unique, infinite, and eternal. You are loved by your Creator, and your value never changes. If you truly believe that, and believed it with intention, like you're intentionally choosing to believe this, I like that, it resonates with me, I'm going to believe that and remember that. Can you imagine how much that would change your life? How that would change the way you look at yourself and your actions and the way you look at the people around you, knowing that they're as valuable as you are and that they all came from the same mold, right? We're all from the same Creator who loves us all equally. What does that do for your attitude? So I want you to try something out for the week. It'll be fun. So I want you to decide where you stand on this topic and write down 1 or 2 sentences that sum up your beliefs. Something like, I am of infinite value regardless of my choices and circumstances. Or something as simple as, I am still lovable. You know, when we make a mistake or see someone who's doing something better than we are, because they have different talents than we do, not because they're better than you, but you can say, I'm still valuable. God made me unique and valuable. Okay? So decide what it is, write it down on at least 3 different sticky notes, and put them around your house so you can see them often. Practice thinking it and believing it. Look for evidence that it's true. And don't worry, your brain will find evidence because it always finds what it's looking for. Pay attention to how your thoughts and feelings change just by believing and remembering this thought on purpose. Because guess what? You get to choose your beliefs. You get to choose how you see this world and how you experience this world. What better way than to experience it through love for yourself and love for others, right? So I would love to hear about your experiences with this. So please leave me a voice message on Anchor or email me. My email is Angie@angielifecoaching.com. I'm so interested. I really want to hear from you guys. Please watch for my next post on Monday. because I will be discussing a related question. If we are valuable no matter what does it matter what we do or how we live? I'll give you a hint. It's in President Kimball's quote that I just read. So please listen for that on Monday and leave me some messages and comments so I can hear how your guys' experience goes this week.